Hey, welcome back to the channel where we talk all things living in Southwest Florida. If you're thinking about making Venice, Florida, or really anywhere in Southwest Florida your new home, whether it's part-time or full-time, you don't want to miss this episode because today we're breaking down the top 7 neighborhoods in Venice, Florida. So grab your shades and let's get started. So first up, we have the iconic Venice Island. This area is like living in a postcard, surrounded by water. It offers the quintessential coastal living experience. You've got everything from charming boutiques and cafes to beautiful beaches and the famous Venice fishing pier. Within the island itself, you have multiple unique little areas offering a wide variety of housing options and price points for homes that all center around a small town feel, while still giving you everything you need within a truly walkable, bikeable, or golf cartable, is that even a word, location that is really hard to find in most of the rest of Southwest Florida. The island itself is only about 1.5 miles wide at its widest and about 4.5 miles long north to south from the South Jetty on the north end to Casperson Beach on the south end of the island. So you can legit walk, bike, or golf cart it all very easily. And if you love small local mom and pop shops and restaurants, this is really your spot. It is also a hub for festivals, art shows, and community events, which really makes it an incredible place to call home. Just don't plan on staying out late because the island does pretty much shut down by 9 p.m. even on the weekends. So just be prepared for that. So the pros for Venice Island: number 1, proximity to the beaches and downtown amenities. You're never that far from the ocean or a delightful local restaurant. Number 2, rich cultural scene. There's frequent art shows, music festivals, and local markets. Number 3, boating and fishing opportunities. It is really ideal for water enthusiasts. And the cons for living on Venice Island: number 1, higher property prices. The demand for this prime location is super high and there's no more room to build on the island, which definitely drives up prices. And number 2, the high ancillary housing costs. It's not just the price of the homes that is higher, but also due to the fact that most of the homes are older and very near the water, the costs to own them, such as homeowners insurance, flood insurance, as well as maintenance costs, are definitely going to be higher than most other homes in the area. And the higher property values also means higher property taxes as well. Next, let's paddle over to South Venice. This neighborhood has a unique perk: a private ferry to your very own beach. Talk about exclusive beach access. And it isn't crazy expensive either, only costing $120 per year and it being an optional fee. Plus it's got boat and kayak launches for all you water enthusiasts. The South Venice Beach is less crowded than other public beaches, offering a bit more serene of an experience. It is a large, non-gated neighborhood right up against the Intracoastal Waterway with multiple parks and green spaces, and is virtually 100% residential. So this makes it a nice, quiet neighborhood, but also makes it not super walkable. There aren't any sidewalks, and all of the restaurants and shopping will require a short drive or bike ride, though it's only 5 to 10 minutes, and traffic isn't bad since it's all residential. The neighborhood was started in the 1950s, and there are still a few vacant lots scattered around. So you'll find mostly older 50s and 60s homes, but all the way up through new construction. So it is definitely not a cookie cutter style neighborhood where every home looks the same. The one other thing that you might want to consider is that virtually all of South Venice is on well and septic. So for some people that may be a deal breaker, though for others it's a big plus not having to have a monthly water and sewer bill to pay. So the pros for South Venice: you've got the private beach ferry access, which gives you a quieter private beach experience. The boat and kayak launch facilities, which are fantastic for those who love water activities. And a quiet suburban feel, giving you a peaceful retreat from busier areas. So the cons for South Venice are that it pretty much requires a vehicle for errands because of the limited walkability to stores and restaurants, and the lack of public utilities, meaning no city water and sewer, which can be scary for those people who aren't used to it. Now, are you looking for a community with a picturesque setting? Venice Gardens might just be your spot. This neighborhood is sprinkled around beautiful lakes and offers a peaceful retreat while still being only a few minutes drive to Venice Island. It's also home to the Venice Gardens Civic Association, which hosts all kinds of community events and maintains a pool and a park for the neighborhood. Overall, Venice Gardens feels very similar to South Venice, with most of the homes being built in the 60s and 70s, though it is not as big of a neighborhood as South Venice. And it's a bit more inland, and it does have a few sidewalks as well as being mostly on city water and sewer. So some of those cons that South Venice had, Venice Gardens takes away. So the pros for Venice Gardens: the scenic lake views and access to them. Enjoy the tranquil beauty of lakeside living. The community pools and parks, great amenities for families and retirees alike, and affordable housing options. It is a bit more budget friendly compared to some of the other areas. The cons for Venice Gardens: again, a little bit older homes may need some updates. Many of the houses were built in the mid-20th century. The limited nightlife options: it is a quieter area with fewer entertainment venues, though this kind of goes for the whole of Venice, really. If Venice sounds like the spot for you, make sure you reach out so we can get started on finding the right home for you. And if you aren't quite sure yet, stick around and check out these other neighborhoods. Now we're going to move a little further south, as well as to a newer area within Venice, to right at the border of Venice and Northport. So if luxury and resort style living are what you crave, Gran Paradiso in Welland Park is calling your name. Think Tuscan-inspired homes and amenities galore, from a grand clubhouse with a huge fitness center and full spa facilities, as well as an incredible swimming pool, tennis, and pickleball courts. The community is gated, offering additional security and exclusivity as well. I actually worked for the builder and sold many of the homes in this community new while it was being developed. So I can definitely attest to the fact that this community has some of the nicest amenities in the entire Venice area, as well as a wide range of homes available. It's incredible for a non-golf community. Oh, and you've got to see the beautiful crepe myrtles in bloom that line the streets of the neighborhood. So for the pros of Gran Paradiso, you've got the high-end amenities and clubhouse, including the massive resort-style pool, fitness center, and spa. Like I said, gated community with security, providing you the peace of mind with controlled access, and really maintenance-free living. The HOA covers most exterior maintenance tasks throughout the community. The cons of Gran Paradiso are, of course, that the HOA fees can be a bit steep. That luxury, low-maintenance living comes at a cost after all. And it is located a bit further from the beach, so you will need to drive to get to all of the local beaches. Next up, we have Island Walk. And living at Island Walk is really like living in a never-ending vacation. With miles of walking and bike paths, resort-style pools, and countless sports courts, the neighborhood is perfect for those who love staying active. The community also features a ton of lakes and super lush landscaping, providing a really serene environment. I'm very familiar with Island Walk myself, since it is just across the street from Gran Paradiso. Like, literally the entrances face each other, and they were building and selling new homes there when I was selling at Gran Paradiso, so it was our competition. Shh, don't tell anyone, but to be honest, I kind of like Island Walk a little bit better myself. In all fairness, this is really a matter of personal preference, because they are both fantastic communities and offer similar amenities, though I do feel like Gran Paradisos are slightly higher scale. I mean, just compare the entrances to see what I mean. And that entrance for Island Walk is not the entrance that was originally planned, but one that the builder felt that they had to add in order to look somewhat competitive to Gran Paradiso. But the reason I personally like Island Walk a little bit better is because, to me, that Tuscan design motif has been way overdone throughout Southwest Florida, and I really feel like it didn't even fit with that relaxed beach vibe that this area is so well known for. So personally, I like the cooler colors and cleaner lines of Island Walk a little bit better myself, but it really has nothing to do with the homes or the amenities, just the colors and decor. So you'll have to tell me, which do you like better? So for the pros of Island Walk, definitely going to be its extensive amenities and recreational facilities with the multiple pools, the fitness center, the clubhouse, and tons of sports courts. And then the beautiful landscaping and fantastic lakes provide excellent community aesthetics, which makes it one of my personal favorites. And then there's a really strong sense of community there. They have a ton of social events and clubs going on. The cons for Island Walk are going to be that it is a bit further from central Venice, so it's a bit of a drive to get to downtown and of course to the beaches. And it can also, because it's so large, feel a little bit impersonal sometimes. The size of the community might make it harder to regularly run into your friends and neighbors without making plans to do so. Next up is Venice East, and if you want a throwback to an old Florida-style country club feel, check out Venice East. It's got a great mix of classic 60s and 70s Florida ranch-style homes, and a friendly and super affordable classic public golf course. Perfect for those who want to live in a relaxed country club atmosphere without breaking the bank. There is actually no HOA fees to live in the neighborhood, so it really is a super affordable neighborhood. It's also conveniently located near plenty of shopping centers and all of the essential services that you might need. The pros for Venice East are it offers affordable, smaller homes, making them great for first-time buyers or retirees. And it's also a quiet, friendly environment with peaceful streets and friendly neighbors. And you have super easy access to that Venice East golf course, which is a local gem for golf enthusiasts on a budget and casual golfers alike. The cons of Venice East are going to be the older homes, meaning many of the homes may require some fairly significant updating, and fewer modern amenities within the community. And last but not least, we have Plantation. Plantation is another golfer's paradise with 2 championship golf courses right in your backyard. Compared to Venice East, which is a very laid-back, relaxed atmosphere, Plantation offers a more exclusive, upscale luxury environment. It has hosted an LPGA qualifying event every year since 1988, and it is a private club, which means membership is required if you want to use the facilities. However, membership to the club is not required to own a home in the neighborhood, and there are different tiers of memberships depending on what facilities you would like to use, so it's very flexible. So if you like the social aspect of a high-end country club and dining right inside your own neighborhood, but you aren't a golfer or into any other sports, then you can have that with dining membership. Or if you're a tennis, pickleball, or bocce player, but still not a golfer, they even offer a sports and fitness membership, which gives you access to all of the other sports facilities as well as the dining membership. And then for the younger working crowd, they even offer an executive membership for those that are under 40 that like to golf but maybe can't do it quite as often, which gives you full access to everything, including golf, at a little bit lower cost based on the assumption that you likely won't play as often. And then of course, there is the traditional full golf membership that gives you full access to everything all the time. Or, like I said, if you just like the exquisitely groomed look of a country club, but are an introvert and prefer not to use any of the club amenities, you can live here without joining the club at all. Now, that doesn't mean that you can completely escape the HOA fees if you don't join the club though, because each section of the neighborhood has its own fees based on what services are provided in that particular section, and some of those sections even have their own amenities as well. So the pros for Plantation are its 2 top-notch golf courses, which are perfect for the avid golfers, the elegant homes and well-maintained grounds, which offers a high standard of living throughout the entire neighborhood, and a super active social calendar with tons of clubs and events for all members. Now the cons of Plantation are the higher cost of living. Those premium amenities come with higher home prices as well as HOA fees, of course, and the membership fees, which are additional costs if you really want to live that country club lifestyle. So whether you're looking for beachside bliss, resort style living, or just a peaceful suburban vibe, Venice has a little something for just about everyone. If you have any questions or need more information, drop a comment below or reach out directly. And if by chance you feel like Venice may not be the right spot for you, check out these other videos of some of the other nearby Southwest Florida cities that you might like better.